Okay, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to get some questions about these. I got some questions the other day when I showed a ring that I had textured the shank. This is the ring. I had textured the shank with my hammer hand piece and an anvil tip point. And I mentioned that I used to do this by hand. So I just thought I'd show you real quick a comparison. Here's piece I was working on with the hammer hand piece today. But anyway, I thought I would show you real quick how I used to do it by hand. This is a scribe that I have that I use to mark my metal before I drill, but I also use this to create texture. And the tip is very sharp. I think this one I've actually filed because I think it did get a little bit bent, and sometimes they will over time, but you can redefine the point if you need to. I cannot find my chasing hammer since I came back from retreat. Unfortunately, I'm still looking for several things from retreat. But anyway, so I pulled this hammer, which is a funny looking hammer, but it has a nice weight to it. I didn't want to use a really, really heavy hammer. And let's just go ahead and see. I don't even know if you'll be able to see what I'm doing, but basically I brace with my fingers and hold the tip of the scribe just above the surface of the metal, and I'm going to keep it there, and I'm going to move. I'm just going to keep it moving as I put my texture on. I'm not going to, you know, sit it down and hammer and lift. I'm going to try to keep it moving. Granted, I am not the best at chasing. I don't do a lot of chasing, so this is still somewhat awkward to me. But we'll see. You know, when I was doing this for texture, it was just little bits every now and again. You know, not a lot. So I've got a little bit of texture going, and I think you're probably not going to be able to see what I'm actually doing, but I'm just moving and hammering. I don't know if you can see any of the texture developing. I think you can see a little bit of it. So this is how I used to do it before I got the hammer hand piece. And you're not hammering really hard. You know, you're just tapping and you're moving and you're keeping the scribe a little bit above the surface of the metal. You know, and as you go along, if you're anything like me and you're not really great at this, you may find some spots that don't have a lot of texture, and then you could go back and just put, you know, one or two, whatever you need to do. So there it is. And that's a very quick, easy way to texture metal. I tape your metal down to keep it from moving, and then you don't have to try to hold it with your hand. But so here is the comparison of what I did with the hammer hand piece. It's a little bit finer of a texture than what I did here, but it's a good way to add some texture. Just find a scribe and a hammer and go for it. That's it for now.